Can my favorite deck go toe-to-toe against the world of Master Duel? In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing you Adventure in Synchron, how it worked, and as a bonus, how to deal with everyone's feeling bug boy, Max C. How the hell are we supposed to beat this? What's going on, my friend? This is SynchroGuy and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showcasing you my favorite deck of all time, Synchron. Now, this deck holds a little special place in my heart. You see, back in my early days when I was not very good at the game, I only had one deck that I could compete with. It was not very good, and I couldn't really afford to get any of the other decks that were good at the time. I only had that one little Synchro deck, and it was the best I could do, and I poured everything I had into trying to making it into the best deck I could possibly make. And later at some point, I started to perform better with it. I won duels, and next thing I knew, I went X3 at one of my regionals and with the deck, and that was amazing. This deck gave me a lot of good memories with the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and so it holds a really special place in my heart. And that's why I'm excited to be revisiting it after all this time. So I am excited to showcase you this amazing deck and how fun it can be. So if you want to see the deck profile, be sure to stick towards the end. Also, don't forget to like the video, enjoy, comment down below what you think of the deck, and also subscribe if you want to get more of your good doses of Yu-Gi-Oh goodness. Anyway, let's jump into the video. Alright, for this first replay, I'm going to be showcasing you what this deck aims to do uninterrupted. So the main thing you want to do, the goal of this deck, is to resolve your favorite card, Junk Speed. He is the key to victory. And the best way you can do this is by summoning him using the effect of Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Because he has an effect that makes it so both the Stardust Dragon's monster it summons and the Synchro monster you go into are unaffected by your opponent's activate effects this turn. Alright, and so with that, you will be able to successfully resolve Junk Spear without any worry. And if you're lucky, you may catch a couple of suckers that may try to stop the Junk Spear but then fail miserably. It is pretty funny. But once the Junk Spear has successfully resolved, you will then want to go into your end board, which consists of 3 negates, 1 Omni negate, and 2 monster negates, and then you get to rip 3 cards of your opponent's hand. Like, that is insane. Now, one thing to keep in mind about a combo deck like this is that there are a lot of plays you can go into. And I mean a lot, so it becomes pretty hard to figure out what the correct play to make with a deck like this. So my advice to you is this: go into the play that you believe will be best. Like, just do the best you can and just go trust yourself and trust your gut. If it turns out that, you know, you made the wrong play, all you can do is live and learn. Just keep practicing until this becomes a norm to you. Now, real quick, I don't know why I did this. I did not need to go to the adventure or token for tribute for Stardust Synchro, because I have a card in my graveyard called Soul Synchron, which will allow me to bring back any Dragon Synchro monster that gets tributed. And if I tribute that monster with Stardust Synchron, I will then be able to bring it back, so I'll not lose any card advantage. So I was still learning, so bear with me. But anyway, as you can see, we just read 3 cards of our opponent's hand, and now we have 3 negates on board. So this is going to make it very hard for our opponent to try to make a comeback. So, playing sword, so anyway, they're going to try to use a cliche. We're going to negate that. I could have used Call By, but I was too happy because I was successfully pulled this off, so I want to showcase it. They try to use downs, we're going to stop that, and you know, I will commend my opponent for at least giving it a shot and just going down and fighting. You know, I respect that. Yeah. But as you can see, we were able to stop our opponent's play, and now with a bunch of big beaters on board. Oh, and this is cool. Like, if you use Baronade's effect, you can bring back to Showa and then just re-synchro some back into Baronade to have that Omni Negate available again. And from there, you should be able to close out the deal easy peasy. Alright, now on to the next replay. For this next replay, we're going to be going second against Manidium. And as you can see in our opening hand, we do not open any hand traps whatsoever. So our opponent is going to be able to go full combo without any interruptions whatsoever. So this is going to take a while. In the meantime, let me share with you my thought process with my hand. So as you can see here in my opening hand, I have 2 Bright Death Enemy Spheres. 2 of them. I do not need to see more than 1 of them, especially since I can only activate one once per turn. Like, crap. And then there's Stardust Illumination, which is a card I want to search out, not seeing my opening hand. Like, we only play one of in a 60 card deck, so it's like, ugh. And well, there's Thrust, which I guess could be helpful, but against a deck like Vanadium, and we play a deck that plays a lot of monster effects that this deck is very well known to stop. This is probably not looking to be very in our favor. Like, oh boy. Alright, but I'm still showcasing this replay because I want to show you that this deck can still do well even we have to go second. Hang on, like, this is one of the cool things about this deck. We can play well going first and going second, and that going second and being able to play well going second is the big thing, because our deck does not do it very well sometimes. Oh look, as soon as they summon Appaloosa, I was like, how the hell are we supposed to beat this? And especially the back row. Ugh. So it's a moment like this, when our back's up against the wall, we have to make a choice. We can either go down swinging, or just surrender and pass. And you know what? If we surrender and pass here, we're pretty much just dead. So, you know what? We're going down swinging. So, the first thing I try to do is try to bait out the Bear name by activating the first right, and surprisingly, they took it. And this was good because now, thanks to the power of warding, we're able to activate the second one that's in our hand. And after I activated the second one, I realized my opponent's light bar did not light up, which means the counter trap that I feared that they might have does not exist in their back row. So I went and activate the Frost and got talents, and thanks to that, I was able to steal the Appaloosa, which is 3 less negates I'll have to worry about. From there, I was able to search out the Griffin, which will help me deal with the back row that my opponent may have. And surprisingly enough, they actually shotgun on their back row by activating the drop, as in they're going to negate both the Griffin and the Appaloosa. And I was like, oh hey, this is perfect. Now we can just equip the Draco back, bounce the Dispel the last interruption, and then well, our opponent just saw the writing on our wall and pretty much just auto-surrendered. This is one of the cool things about this deck, is that we play some other engines that can help bait out some of our opponent's interruptions. And by baiting those out, we can then do our main combo play and take the duel from there. This is so cool. Alright, now let's go into the bonus replay. Alright, for this next replay, I'm going to be showcasing this deck's other win condition, and that is taking the Max C challenge. Now, with the most decks, you will probably get frozen in place if the Max C got dropped on you, and that's not always good. That's just how powerful Max C is. But this deck, though, does not care about Max C. We can take the Max C challenge and win with it. So, the best way to do this is by first doing your normal play of doing the whole Axel Synchro into Junk Speeder play. Hey, once we're there, you want to facilitate draws. You want to try and get a lot of draws as possible, because they will help you get into cards that can help you special summon monsters and force your opponent to draw some cards. But there's another little bonus to doing the draws as well. Hell, and that is getting to real quick. Watch this. Remember I said sometimes main catch a circus that tries some Junk Speeder? Yeah, this is one of those moments. This is why you read our opponent's cards. Anyway, the other way to make sure you can ensure your opponent will deck out is by gaining this one other card Destruction. Now, card Destruction, unlike most other cards similar to it, is that it does not care if your opponent cannot draw the same number of cards that they discarded. If your opponent has more cards in their hand than they do in their deck, they are forced to draw that same amount regardless, and because they can't meet that same amount, they will lose to deck out. And that's why you see Thrust in the deck, because it will help us get into card Destruction. And sometimes when we go in first, it's hard to ensure card strength goes to our hand, but that's why we play a card like Garden Rosemary to get Black Garden, which can put a monster opponents in the field, which makes it so Thrust can add the card structure into our hand, and from there we can activate it straight away and just force our opponent to deck out. Think twice before you next see a Synchron player next time. Alright, let's get into the deck profile. Alright, so here's our current deck profile, and as you can see here, we do not play a lot of hand traps, and that's okay because we play a bunch of engines that help us out. We play like the Cashier engine, the Deal Battle Star engine, and of course the Adventure engine, all of which can help us bait out the negates our opponent may try to throw at us, which ensures that our main combo play will successfully go through. And as you just saw, if our opponent drops maxing of us, that's our other win condition right there. Now real quick, I want to be honest with you. I did not come up with this list personally. I discovered this list, which was created by this guy named Duelist Nico. I tried this build out, and honestly, it worked really well. I had so much fun with this deck. And to show my appreciation to him, I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description below, so be sure to check him out. And while you're there, tell him that SynchroGuy says thank you. On that note, Duelist Nico, if you're watching, thank you so much for helping me revisit my favorite deck of all time and giving me some new memories with it. I love this deck so much, so thank you again. Anyway, my friend, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and on behalf /had an awesome day today.